Rajdeep, where do you come out on this? Does UCC have enough purchase in the way that BJP turns matters into issues to be able to mobilize, rouse their voter ahead of the 2024 elections?
It will obviously rouse the BJP's core voter. It will rouse a section of the urban middle class, which in any case in recent elections has moved closer towards the BJP. It will give the BJP an opportunity to sort of push its Hindutva plank. Article 370 done, Ram Mandir done, now UCC done, or we will go in the direction
of getting the... Can I contest what you're saying? Just
yes.
To say that there isn't enough opposition, unlike, for example, say Article 370 or the Ram Temple, where there was a very strong opposition on the UCC. Even the Congress and the others aren't really opposing. So you got the likes of Owaisi who are opposing, but nobody is opposed to UCC.
Sure, but I can take credit, right? I will say I'm setting the agenda yet again. I'm the Prime Minister of the country. I'm setting the agenda. I'm setting a national debate on the UCC. Look, I think Mr. Modi is very clear with his pitch. He is the muscular nationalist. He is the one who's claiming I'm going to sort of transform India into a Hindutva ideal in a way. That's his pitch. The opposition has an opportunity, as we saw in Karnataka. In Karnataka, the fact that women, Dalit and the poor voted in much larger numbers for the Congress than they voted for the BJP gives the opposition a plank. You know, there was a leader in Patna who told me, if the Congress had any sense, they would make Mallikarjun Kharge their choice for Prime Minister. Look at the powerful symbolism in the times in which we live of a Dalit as your Prime Ministerial candidate. I mean, he was a lone voice, but that's the voice. You see, that's your hope. To create, if the opposition has any chance, offer a minimum income guarantee scheme that Rahul Gandhi spoke about at the last minute before the 2019 election. Come before it, set up. You see, the Prime Minister, the genius, if I may say it, of Mr. Modi's political communication, he won't talk about Manipur because that's out of his comfort zone. He will talk about Uniform Civil Code because he wants to trigger a national debate on it. Why doesn't the opposition trigger a debate on the minimum income guarantee scheme? Why is the opposition unable to take up one issue consistently and say, let's have a national debate on it? What the Prime Minister will now do, is my sense, over the next couple of months, get all the BJP leaders in different states to start talking about Uniform Civil Code. He will not talk about his things outside his comfort zone, but Uniform Civil Code is very much of his comfort zone.
Respond to this, that Manipur's been burning for more than a month now. The Prime Minister hasn't uttered a word about the state and what's happening there. Why is that, sir?
See, when you talk about the Manipur, you know that most of the parties have been invited by the Honorable Home Minister to discuss about the issues. There are many people, there are many parties actually didn't turn up. So the seriousness is known to everyone when the government is trying to bring everyone together and discuss about the issues, which is an internal issue, and that level of participation should have been there by all the political parties, but they didn't turn up. That shows that they are not sincere. We are doing what exactly needs to be done in Manipur, and everything will be resolved quickly, and the efforts are on by the Interior Ministry or the Home Ministry. But as far as the narrative which Salman Soz was talking about, that narrative will not work, because people of this great country knows what the contribution was made in their life by this government in last 9 years. People they have always given slogans, Bijli Pani Sadak, but they never did anything for the people of this great country. And now people realize that all the slogans were actually hollow. This government has worked hard to ensure that 9 crore people who are not getting water connection.
Are you concerned that universal basic income could be that one idea that the opposition tries to fling your way, and the idea that money will come if you're sitting at home? Whether the government can afford it, where will the money come from is all different. But as we've seen in Karnataka, people like promises where things are made available to them without them having to work hard for it. Is that of concern to you, that the universal basic income idea could be sticky for you to deal with? Syed Zafar Islam?
Is the question for me?
Yes, sir, it is.
Rahul, is the question for me?
Yes, sir, it is. Are you concerned about the prospects of the electoral traction the idea of a universal basic income can generate?
Sorry, Rahul, your voice was cracking. I was not able to hear last 2 sentences. So can you just repeat the question,
My question is, are you concerned that the idea of a universal basic income could help the opposition mobilize voters because they'll be promised income coming into their banks without them having to do anything about it as a minimum basic guarantee. We've seen guarantees work for them in Karnataka.
Rahul, they had attempted last time also in 2019. You can recollect it that they had come up with some scheme and eventually they didn't pursue it. Because they also know that the people who have received benefit from this government, they also know that this government is sincere about improving their lifestyle. They have provided, everything is being provided by the government. And they also, government is also creating good infrastructure for the people to lead a comfortable life.